You learned most of your craft or spent a lot of time with the late great Emmanuel Stewart. We know Emmanuel all your career. We know Emmanuel had Lennox Lewis, the great British heavyweight, one of the greatest British fighters ever. You know about the heavyweight division. You obviously had Vladimir towards the last part of his career. So let me just ask you on a recent fight that took place with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Tyson made some adaptations and changes to his training team, brought in Sugar Hill, whom obviously you know very, very well. Question one, did you expect that fight from Tyson Fury? And
well, I know what Sugar Hill's capable of, and I know what he can do. So to answer that, yes, I did.
And what did you make of Deontay's performance?
He performed the same way he always performed. You know, he got in there looking for the one-punch knockout. You know, that's just what he does. And but the difference with this time was he couldn't get those shots off. He couldn't get the range he wanted, and he was in there with a much bigger man. And you know, he came in walking through guys, knocking them out, and it's almost like the bully got bullied. You know, not saying it's to that effect. I ain't calling Deontay or Tyson Fury. I'm not calling either one of them a bully, but that was the scenario I could use to how the fight went. I still think Deontay Wilder's a good fighter. I don't take nothing away from him. I don't take away what he's done up to this point because of that one fight. My opinion about him has been the same before this fight and after this fight. You know, he's a young guy. I think he has plenty of time to get in the gym and work on whatever he feel he need to work on. You know, I just hope that for his sake that him and the people he surrounds himself with, his team, and I know Coach Jay, Mark Breland, they got nothing but love for this guy, man. So with that being said, I just hope they just talk open to him and let him know that, you know, we got a few things we need to work on before we climb back in, you know, before we do anything else.
Deontay made some comments this week in the interview he did, and he said that Tyson Fury isn't a world champion.
Oh, okay.
Don't know if you saw that statement.
No, I didn't. I didn't see the statement. But you heard what I said. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, what is he then? I don't know. I don't know what to say behind that one.
We saw when Anthony Joshua lost to Ruiz, he went back, added some additions to his team, some new cornermen to his team, different type of preparation. When Tyson,
what cornermen did he add?
He brought in Angel Fernandez. I'm not sure if you heard of him.
Okay.
He did a lot of pad work with Anthony Joshua. We obviously saw Tyson Fury change his team.
All right.
Does Deontay Wilder need to bring in additions, or should he stick with the people that have been with him from kind of day one?
Well, I will say this. If I was to advise Deontay Wilder anything, only thing I would tell him is, if you believe in the people you go to battle with, stick with them. You know, that's at the end of the day, that's all a fighter can do. If you gotta believe, I don't care how good the person, I don't care if you go to somebody that's far better than who he's with. If you don't believe in that person, then he ain't gonna do one thing they say. You know, as a fighter, what a lot of fans and people don't understand is you have to believe in who you got in your corner. You know what I'm saying? Who's in your corner is who you go through that foxhole with. And if you don't believe in this guy, then it doesn't matter how good he is. He's not going to do a doggone thing you say. You know, you're not going to fight him, not going to do nothing the coach said. But if you got a guy that, if a fighter got somebody that they truly believe in, then You know, things can change. I'm not saying that I don't feel Deontay Wilder's finished. You know, I don't feel it's over with for him. You know, but and even with Anthony Joshua, he the adjustments he made for the fight, he made those adjustments because I'm looking at him in the fight. The only adjustments he made is that he started moving. And what the obvious point to me was how he was moving because it was natural for him to do. It's not like he was in the ring with someone moving around, teaching him how to move, because he was able to move, he was able to punch, you know, and that's what I mean. A lot of people didn't like the fight. Me personally, I liked it. I thought he did a good job of being able to use his legs and use his rhythm to win the fight and get his titles back.
The period where Vladimir was dominant, that 10 odd years, you obviously saw Deontay, Anthony, and Tyson, because it all came into Vladimir's camps. Was there ever a time where you said any one of them and you thought in your mind, well, he's going to be the one? Or did that ever go through your head? That now you can turn around and say,
not at that time it didn't, but right around that time, that's when I was sparring Tyson Fury when he was in Detroit those years ago, and the lady Grady Manuel Stewart just told me, like, he said, Jonathan, he's the big man that know how to fight. He said he's definitely going to be heavyweight champion if he keep going, because one of the hardest things one of the hardest things to mess with in the sport of boxing is a big man who know how to fight. He said that's why Bo gave people problems. He said Bo just didn't have a lot of heart, so that's why he didn't fight Lennox. But Bo could fight. He was a big man who fought very good, you know. And throughout history, as you can see, when you got a big guy who not just can box but can fight, he always been one of the hardest guys to deal with. Like, if you look at Lennox, Emmanuel taught Lennox how to box. Lennox was already fighting, but Lennox was able to go on a long journey with his career with Emmanuel Stewart, because Emmanuel Stewart taught him how to box. Every once in a while, he sat down and fought, and he went right back to boxing. You know, and he couldn't fight. You see, he couldn't fight Holyfield because he couldn't outfight Holyfield. Holyfield's arms was too short. He just was too good in those small moments. So he had to box Holyfield. So that was one of the biggest things that Emmanuel was able to do for him, to be able to allow him to be the undisputed champion, is taught him how to box. So a lot of these guys, they take criticism as in someone is against them. And honestly, I'm not against no fighter that's out there. That's just me. I got nothing but respect for every fighter that does this, man, and the trainers. So if I was to say anything, like, some of the guys need to learn how to fight, some need to learn how to box, because you don't know which one you're going to need on fight night. That's why you learn both of them.
Just the final question here. So who is the best heavyweight out there right now? Who is the one that you can say can go and dominate the next 4 or 5 years?
I can't say who's gonna. That's a difficult question, because right now you got to give it to Tyson Fury. You have to. You know, Tyson Fury has shown that he can adapt in any situation. You know, but I would tie Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury at #1.
I was just going to ask, because you obviously have fought Anthony Joshua twice, I believe, with Dillian and then Vladimir. Right. And then you fought Tyson once with Vladimir. So if them two were, obviously the British fans would love that fight. Two British heavyweights, it would be huge for us here on this side of the pond. Would you able to split them, or would you say you're going to sit on the fence and say it's hard to predict?
It just depends. It depends on. See, this is the thing. Tyson Fury has pretty much a foundation of what he's gonna do to win. He's gonna do his tricks. He's gonna do his feints, and he's gonna outbox you. And if you let him walk you down, he's gonna start. He's gonna, when you got a big man coming forward and punching on you, his punches become harder because now he's coming forward. All that momentum coming forward, you know. But you got a guy like AJ. If AJ was to turn it into a physical fight, like a physical fight, physical brawl, that will work in AJ's favor. Like a Riddick Bowe and Holyfield. Or no, you know what? Better yet, skip that. Like a George Foreman and Holyfield.
Okay.
How Holyfield made it a close and personal fight, and every time George threw a punch, Holyfield coming back with 2 or 3 punches. That would be the way I would suggest AJ to make this fight. Get it made up in your mind that we not boxing tonight. We going for a physical, full force fight. That would be to me, that would be his best chance to win, because now you got a chance to see how Tyson Fury fights while he's tired, because that's gonna get him tired, you know. But if you let him, because Tyson Fury, I believe he probably can outbox anybody. You know, that's him. He can outbox anybody. He's a very, very skilled and mentally tough big man.
Roy Jones was speaking to IFL a couple of days ago, and he said he compared Tyson Fury's strong mentality to Muhammad Ali.
I mean, that's a good compliment from Roy, but I personally couldn't. Like, I couldn't compare. Matter of fact, I wouldn't compare anyone to Muhammad Ali just because of all the things he had to endure in order to perform in the ring. So I would just leave that out. But I would say that Tyson Fury's mental toughness is old school. You know, it's old school, and I love it.
Jonathan Banks, always a pleasure speaking to you, my man.
Pleasure's all mine.
I appreciate you coming on such last minute as well.
No, it's all good, man. You had the right person to make the call.
Yeah, that I did.
Yeah, it's all good, man. When he told me, like, that's my guy, man. So, you know, when Amir call, whatever he need, that's my man.
I appreciate you. And hopefully we'll catch up face-to-face at Badu's next fight.
I'm looking forward to it, man. It'll be good.
But Jonathan Banks for IFL TV, thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Tell Country Casters, that's my man. Tell him I said hello.
I will do.
All right, cool.